Hi, I'm Billy James.
And I'm Dana Palmer, and this is episode 2 of our podcast that we finally named. This is In the Hot Seat, and today we have a special guest with us.
All right, today we have with us the man, the myth, the legend, Jon-David Lenard. Welcome. I know Jon-David does have a pretty high tolerance, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm excited just because I've heard so much about it, but I've never actually, obviously I've never tasted any of these before. Mm-hmm. So even though I have a lot of tolerance and I have a lot of confidence and I'm competitive and I want to eat you guys under the table, I'm still like number 8. I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous.
Have you watched the show?
I have. I just watched the Harry Kane one just to like prep before this.
Nice. All right.
Jennifer Lawrence's was an accurate, it was accurate for me.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Number 1. You ready, guys?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Doop.
All right, number 1.
You don't have to eat the whole wing if you don't want. I saved them for the end.
I mean, I think Tabasco is hotter than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 1's
Yeah.
like very easy. It's like a maple
It's like,
hot sauce.
Like draw you in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this isn't going to be so bad after all. And flavor-wise, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing like, not one of my favorites.
All right. Well, it's just the beginning.
Okay, fair enough.
So, why did you get into real estate and how?
So I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me. It was a little bit against my will in a way because, I'm second generation. My father and mother were in real estate long before I was. My sister got into the business. And I just, Virginia and I, we got pregnant. We were living away from home and, we needed something to do. And my parents were like, well, the business is here. Mm-hmm. So we came back and that year was 2007. And then in 2008, everything collapsed. So it was trial by fire, but I realized that I could do real estate a different way, a new way, my way. Mm-hmm. And I was really attracted to that. So,
was there something you wanted to do before you started doing real estate?
Well, I went to school to become a pilot, actually. And
isn't that how you met Virginia?
Yes, that's how I met Virginia. And we were actually on a plane together. And, that's like probably the best thing that came out of going to that flight school. So, yeah.
That worked out. It worked out for all of us.
It did. We're here today because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for number 2?
Okay.
Sorry, we're choosing every time?
Yeah, every time.
All
That's
right.
how it goes.
All right, fair enough.
I just did a piece of chicken.
Not even spicy.
No.
It just tastes weird, right?
Yeah.
I gotta try it again.
Yeah, it has a flavor. You can't put your finger
It's
on it.
something ranch, but
Vinegar, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't like it.
maybe.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't buy this in the store.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So another question, JD, did you always want to be a team leader?
No, it's not something like I aspired to be. It's not like one day I'm going to be this team leader. No, it just one thing kept leading to another. I actually, most of what I built out for myself and dream. And like, if only I had this, I would be more productive. If only I had that, I'd make the business easier for myself. Mm-hmm. That might have been a VA or a transaction coordinator, somebody answering the phones for me. Mm-hmm. And then, it just seemed over time we could scale it because for a very long time, our team was my parents, my sister, myself, and maybe 1 or 2 other agents, maybe a third agent. So, and then 4 years ago when you joined, I mean, if you think about where we were then to where we are now, but it's not like I dreamt one day I'm going to grow up to be a team leader. No.
Right.
It just happened.
It kind of happened, but now that I'm here, I'm like extremely grateful, and it's really, it inspires me to inspire others.
Mm-hmm. And a big team too. We have over 30 members now.
Are we up to 30?
Are we up
to 30 members?
23 to 26 is the number I've been saying.
You would have said to me 30 people like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to like really fathom that.
Mm-hmm.
And now like we have the people in place, but it's also, I wasn't able to fathom it because you imagine like you doing everything, right?
Right.
But I didn't appreciate that to grow, like you need great people.
Right.
And the great people also bring the team along with you. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm ready for number 3.
Okay.
Okay. When does this finally start getting spicy? Is this
Oh, okay.
Not until after like 6.
6? Okay. Hurricane's a wuss.
Mm-hmm.
But I love you, man. Good luck in Bayern.
This one's not terrible.
Yeah. I like the flavor of that one.
I like that.
Yep.
Looks
Better. Is
spicy
that
for
the
you.
better
That was a
one?
little bit more spicy. It's getting up there now.
It registers, but
Yeah.
nothing.
Registers.
Okay. What's your favorite part about leading a team?
I think I kind of hinted at it already.
Yeah.
Inspiring others, seeing people come into the team being one way, and then watch them grow and come into their own, like find new potential that they didn't even know they had. And then being able to maybe provide for themselves, for their families, to meet their goals and their dreams. It used to be like I would get a huge rush. Billy, you and I have talked about this, or especially earlier in your career, like when you put a deal together, that's a rush, right?
Yeah.
That's like you feel that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that rush for me, and it's almost not even a rush anymore. It's just more of like a satisfaction, like when I see in the Wins channel in our Slack, somebody going like, I just got a listing, or I just, even relatively small things, like I just did a buyer consult. I'm like, that really, it boosts me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but when you started this team, it wasn't very common in real estate for there to be teams. Right?
No. Yeah, it really wasn't. Teams have really grown up in the relatively, last 5-6 years have really started to mature in the minds of not only people in the industry, but people outside of the industry. Like consumers kind of are like understanding, okay, there's these teams out there.
Yeah.
I think though, and what I've seen though is there's really different, every team is different, right?
Right.
Like structure-wise, how they're dynamic, everything is different. Okay, number 4.
Number 4.
Jinx. Oh god, my lips are really bad.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
That one I liked last time.
That's
I
good.
just made the mistake and continue to make the mistake of getting it all over my lips.
Mm.
So last time, that's all I was like, I was panicking. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
It
one
tastes
I would
good.
probably buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going more for flavor, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
not heat.
So JD, how do you balance family life and work?
That took a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
That took, there's a part of you when you're earlier in your career, as it was with mine, where you feel like if you're not directly involved, the world's going to fall apart and everything's going to fall apart. And it's going to be all your fault.
Right.
Realizing, like, being able to prioritize your day, be more efficient with your time, less wasteful with it. And then finally, really understanding what can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that proving your value isn't being at the beck and call of your clients. It's actually training your clients by presenting them value, being professional.
Mm-hmm.
They'll value that way more than being at their beck and call. And then once you're at their beck and call, then they'll be like, well, they said I could call them at 11 o'clock. I'll do that.
Right.
So that's kind of how you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, eventually through trial and error, incrementally you get there.
Yeah. And I think that, I know for me, especially in our industry, that's something that a lot of agents struggle with. And it takes a lot of time to be able to really, find that balance.
It's weird that you say this. Like, I love that you brought this question up today, because I was just talking to a colleague, somebody in our company, but not on our team today, who's been in the industry longer than me, like, 30 years maybe. I don't know. She's been doing it a long time. And she was saying, even now, when she does a transaction, that she has to realize, like, I got to be in the moment, and I got to live my life at times. I'm taking care of my mother who's sick, and I need to find time for myself and for my business, and that the world's not going to fall apart. So some people, it takes even longer. But I think on the team, one way we try to manage that, again, when I said that a lot of the systems that I put into place, I kind of put into place for me, is to try to have somebody like Diana who can take some of that load off your back, and have resources to help you be more efficient.
Yeah, agreed.
Definitely. Shout out Diana.
Shout out Diana.
Our girl.
Okay.
I got no sauce on my lips.
I like the flavor of this one.
Yeah. Good one.
Tastes maple. See, you do that after.
Nice.
Smart.
I like that one. I'd eat that one again.
What are your strengths? Does not have to be real estate related. Just what are your strengths, or what do you feel they are?
I think combination of intuition and empathy. So what I mean by that is, like, I can see things from other people's point of view, and my intuition, I tend to read people and come up with a conclusion, trying to see things through their point of view, how they might be responding or thinking about a situation. And I'm able to tailor, like, my message or to that, or reach people where they're at. And I guess also because I actually do care and want people to grow, whatever I can do to help those people, I think that I've developed that over the years.
I could agree to that. For sure.
One thing too, I mean, we've worked obviously very closely together in the last 4 years, and we've known each other since I was 7 years old. And for those that don't know, JD is my brother-in-law. We've known each other for a long time.
I probably introduced you to your first hot sauce.
Yeah, exactly. It's where the tolerance.
Here we are.
Here we are. But one thing that I know, that you do really well in this industry is you never know what the day is going to bring. And managing all these different agents, like, there's different scenarios that come up, and you do a good job of being able to switch gears and actually giving, taking in what they have to say, switch gears from whatever you were doing in that moment before, and giving them the right type of feedback and coaching that they need in that moment. Because sometimes it's like, I need an answer right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that just comes from straight up enthusiasm. Like, when I was talking to John today.
I was about to bring that up.
Oh, yeah?
You were super, enthusiastic. You had so much energy while coaching him, though. You were telling him what to do in the most exciting way possible, but also, pretty, stern, this is what you're going to do. But you did it with love and compassion and empathy.
Yeah, I mean, that guy has some deals right there to be
right
had.
There.
Yeah. For a relatively new agent, too. I mean, he's right there.
But that's the thing. Like, you take somebody like John, who's his enthusiasm almost feeds my enthusiasm. And then I reflect that back onto them. Like I can see the smile on his face, and it just gets me going even more, because I know, he's listening. He's hearing what I'm saying. And he's like, you see the light bulb going off, like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of saying that? It's like, yeah, no, it took me 17 years almost to be here. Right. You're just getting started. So just take it and run with it. And if you don't overthink it, you're going to have a deal. At least one of those deals are going to be together.
Yeah. Right. Definitely.
This one, the mushroom one. I think Billy said he liked that.
Billy's the one.
I like the flavor in that one.
It's spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you though, I think the Trader Joe's habanero sauce is hotter.
I would agree. It's a great sauce.
But this is a good tasting sauce.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
It's starting to get further into my realm of like, okay, I like
You
this.
can tell, yeah.
It's spicy, but not like.
It's getting up there a little bit now. JD, what's something that most people don't know about you?
You have to say most people?
Or, I mean, I know a lot. So.
Uh-oh.
Unfair.
Hold on, I just breathed
There
it
it
in.
is. There it is.
I just breathed it in. Maybe you should tell them something people don't know about me. But be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you just pass it off to him.
Fair.
I mean, a lot of people probably know this, but you know, I know that one of your hobbies is you're big into surfing. You do a lot of surfing on the side. A lot of people might not, think about that.
Yeah. I think that in life, like to live, I know that I want to live a full life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to challenge myself. I want to put myself in uncomfortable situations. It's not even spicy. It's
No, it hit the
It just hits a certain spot.
But I think I would encourage anybody to challenge themselves. Like I've dialed it back, obviously, now that my kids, especially when they were much younger, I wasn't charging big, scary, dangerous waves. But, who knows, maybe in the future, and now like my kids, like Mateo, for example, is 16 and he's starting to push his skiing.
Yeah.
And at 45, like what used to be normal for me to ski, and I took many, many years off, like now maybe I can push myself a little bit more. So, so I do like a thrill.
Yeah.
I think something that most people probably wouldn't know about you is that you also lived in Thailand? Taiwan.
Everybody makes that mistake.
Yeah.
It's
Taiwan. I make it all the time then.
Yeah.
No.
No, I mean, it sounds similar. But yeah, both in Asia.
Yeah.
Virginia and we lived in Taiwan for a couple of years. She's like, hey, we're still in our 20s. This is our opportunity.
That sounds like fun.
Let's go do this thing. And we showed up with backpacks, like hardly any money, no job prospects, and we made it work. And that was probably my training ground for entrepreneurialism, actually.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really, like when I was a kid growing up, I was really into sports and that kind of thing, but I didn't have lemonade stands. Like I remember years and years and years ago, before anybody heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, I saw him at a Tom Ferry event. And I've been like my first Tom Ferry event. So we're talking La Jolla, 1999, 2000, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I guess Tom had heard of him, but he hadn't blown up yet. And he was talking about his own entrepreneurialism. He said something cocky, like if you didn't have a lemonade stand by the time you were 13, you weren't a real entrepreneur. And I was like sitting in the audience like, but whatever, I got past that. And I realized that was my training ground because there was no safety net. There were no parents.
Right.
We're out on the other side of the world and we just had to use our wits, talk our way into schools to teach English to kids, burn some bridges along the way because we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, lo and behold, you gain a little traction, you learn this, and then you gain a connection here and find some hours of work there. And before I knew it, I was surfing and teaching every day. I was walking into class with like wet board shorts and sand on my feet in flip-flops. And sunburn and teaching class, and it was a cool lifestyle for a little while there.
Right. And then you were challenged even a little more when you found out that you're having your first and oldest son in Taiwan.
Yeah, that was a surprising moment.
Does he have dual citizenship?
He does not. Believe it or not, I mean, most countries. United States is unique in that because you're born in the United States, you have you're American by birth. Okay. But not every country is like that. So believe it or not, when Mateo was born, he was, I forget what, there was an official term for it, but like he was a baby without a country. Yeah. Because he wasn't Taiwanese. The United States didn't know he existed. So until we got to the consulate and got him registered and got him a passport, he was
just like a floater.
Flown under the radar.
Floater.
Wow.
Yeah. Taiwan's like, we don't want this.
Take him away.
Yeah. All right. How's this one?
I don't remember. It's probably not good.
Okay.
You know, that one starts to creep up a little bit, I'd have to say.
Yep. There it is.
You're really sweating.
I'm getting there.
What's your favorite thing to do in your free time? Other than yoga.
I just discovered that. I like that. I
So
really like
good.
yoga. I'm like doing it like 3-4 days a week now.
If I lived 2 minutes away, like you guys did, I would be right there with you.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's going to sound cheesy maybe, but just spending time with my family. Like I genuinely love it.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time with my boys. Like we go to the soccer fields and kick around and hang out in the backyard. I love hanging out in the backyard. I love grilling in the backyard. I love having people over in the backyard.
Sitting by the pool.
Sitting by the pool, yeah. That's...
I can say from experience that your simple like family nights, I've been there for dinner. I'm grateful for it. Super simple, but it's always a good, relaxing time. Decompress. It's just enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Oh my God.
This is the one that they say.
This is the one.
Yeah, that no one likes.
Did it dry up?
I think it... No. No, it's there.
Never mind.
It's almost as soon as you open your mouth. That's when you can feel it. Yep.
Anticlimactic.
We built it up too much.
I can taste it. I can feel it. The thing about this one, it coats your whole mouth. Like
That's
you can feel it. It's
probably
not
what it
just
is.
on your tongue. It's in your entire mouth.
In your throat.
My poor lips.
Oh, I put on quite a bit. I can definitely feel it. But it's not the worst experience I've ever had, for sure.
No?
No, I remember when I was in college, I wasn't eating like too spicy of food yet. But back then there was this hot sauce for its day, like in the 90s, was like the sauce, maybe like the equivalent of the number 8 today. It was called Dave's Insanity, something like, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave's Insanity. And I had this other hot sauce in my fridge. And because I went to school in the Midwest, the pizza was awful, but we ate pizza all the time. So I was like, to make it interesting, I put hot sauce on it. Yep. And I grabbed the wrong bottle and I poured so much of it on there. And I remember just dying. But this isn't that.
It's not that?
It's not that experience.
That's not fair.
I think it's probably, for me, the hottest sauce I've had.
Oh my God, you're gonna do more?
Yep, do it. Get the other side.
Gee.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I gotta get there.
You gotta get there. For the people.
Am I still the only one drooling like last time?
No, I'm feeling it. Trying to like hyperventilate this time.
One thing I need is makes my nose run.
Yeah.
Don't touch your eyes.
Yep.
Tolerable.
Yeah. So, JD, what are your goals for 2023 and 2024?
Well, aside from not having hot sauce eat out my intestines, for 2023
and 2024. Rest of this year and next year.
Personal or real estate or both.
One of my goals is to try to get to a yoga retreat on April 26th in Mexico.
They're doing one in Greece.
Yeah. Oh, different organization, like not through our, but Some people that I met recently, actually through Phil Jones, Exactly What to Say.
Yeah.
A yoga instructor there who like does retreats. So I'd like to do that. That's a personal goal. Professionally, 2024, I'd like to be well on our way to our ultimate goal of 1,000.
Okay.
1,000 transactions closed in 1 year on Long Island. So that's less than a year and a half. So can we say 350?
Yeah.
End of 2024?
I think we would like that too.
It's doable. Our bank accounts would like that quite a bit. You look like you're being affected a little bit there.
A little bit.
Feeling it a bit.
There's a second go around.
I know.
Yeah, I bet.
9. The thing about 9 is we're going into 9 with 8 still in the mouth.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's why it gets really hard, or it's just numb.
9 is taco vibes. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I don't have enough on it at a time. It's not too bad.
Oh, you didn't? I did.
You did?
Yep, feel it.
Yeah. When you do have the after effect of them, they all just kind of build up a little bit.
It's not very chocolatey.
I think that's it. I think like maybe if we had this one on its own, you'd be like,
Yep.
I think the compounding effect.
Yeah, I agree.
Favorite restaurant on Long Island?
This would be a good one.
On Long Island.
I know you have so many good ones.
I love so many restaurants. It's like, what do I love right now? Like, what's my favorite right now?
That's something that you said last time.
Last time, it's like almost like what type of food. And
Oh, I got to shout out my boy, Pietro in St. James. Definitely like just something about not only the food, but the vibe of that place. One place I'm really excited about right now is, what does he call it? It's a ramen place in the food court of Smith Haven Mall.
wow.
And he is a chef that came from like Momofuku in the city, from some other Michelin star rated ramen place. And it's, even if you don't love ramen, like I love ramen, but he's got other things on the menu. His fried chicken is incredible. It's like the Momofuku fried chicken.
Wow.
It's really good. And it's in the food court in the mall, which
It's open now?
It's open now, which makes it that much more interesting because it's like, you don't think like cuisine and food court in Smith Haven Mall.
No, you wouldn't expect that.
You wouldn't. So it's kind of fun that way. God, what's it called? In Stony Brook, one of my new ones is Luca, I think it's called.
No,
It used to be Pentimento, which was like a local institution in the village. It's really like designed. It's beautifully designed. It's a little bit on the spendy side, but it's like New York City quality cuisine. Like
What
really
type of food is that?
Italian, but really creative, really fresh and modern.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else dying? Is it just me?
I'm okay now.
Last dab.
Last dab, Apollo.
Apollo.
All right. Cheers.
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 Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you for being
coming.
here.
Good flavor.
That hit different.
It just had such a panic face on.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oh, glue to my eyes.
Billy!
Okay. All right, this will be a good one. If you could move anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Move anywhere in the world
Yeah.
other than Long Island.
Other than Long Island.
I don't even know where to start.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Portugal, Nicaragua, Bali.
Bali.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. What do you like about Bali? What would bring you there?
It's very chill, tropical, cheap. You can live like a king there.
Yeah.
World-class waves.
There you go. That's it. That's your, like we like to say, your black swan. My mouth is hot right now. It's hot.
Okay, so JD,
Okay.
now that you've gone through this torture, which wasn't very torturous for you, who do you think we should have on this show next? Or who would you love to see on this next? Or at some point in the near future.
Well, I heard a rumor that Tom Ferry is coming to Long Island in November. I'd like to see you, Tom, in the hot seat.
Hot seat, shooting high.
That'd be pretty nice.
See how you can do.
Mhm.
Let's go.
This was episode 2 of In the Hot Seat. I'm Dana Palmer, and
I'm Billy James.
thank you for watching our second episode. Keep an eye out for episode 3.
Thank you.